review of my blush, bronzer, and highlighter declutter. Let's get into it. So first, starting off with Pat McGrath. This is her Lunar Nude highlighter, and I love this one. This highlighter, I would say, is probably my favorite one from Pat McGrath. I love just the shade of it, and I also like this texture. It is a little, if I could say, metallic-y, but it's not to the point where it feels chunky or anything like that. So most definitely keeping that. And then I have this Suku blush palette, and this is the 103 blush palette, and I think it is so pretty. I've actually used it a couple times, and the shades that I have used, I think it's been these two shades and this highlighter. So really, really gorgeous blush palette. And I also have this one by Suku. This is the 102 blush palette. Oh, there's a sleeve. And this one is really gorgeous as well. So I believe I've used every shade in this blush palette. And as much as I don't talk about them, they are so good. I'm thinking about doing a video, this Vlogmas series, about products that I love, but I just don't use on camera, because I would most definitely have to put that palette in there. Next, we have this Hourglass. This is the Unlocked palette that came out this holiday season. Love this palette. And I would say, even though this is not a deep palette as it's advertised as this is still a really, really beautiful one. So I love this one. My most favorite Hourglass product has got to be this Volume 3 ambient lighting palette. I just can't get enough out of it. I can't use it enough. I love every shade in this one. The only shade that I don't get a lot of use out is this highlighter, because it is too deep for me, but I can use it if I mix it with a lighter highlighter. But primarily when I use this palette, I'm reaching for these two, and I use these two as blushes, and they're stunning. This brand right here is called Saint. They are a Canadian-based brand, and they gifted me a few products. So this is their blush in Spice Cinnamon, and this blush is so beautiful and shimmery. It looks gorgeous on the skin. So keeping that. And then there is this highlighter called 24K Glow, and it is a stunning highlighter. I really like this brand. So glad I got to try them. Okay, Courtney Shield, she's an influencer. She came out with her brand called Dibs. And so I have two of her blush and bronzer stick duos. So let me show them to you really quick. Definitely keeping these. I really enjoy these. So these are the blush colors, and then these are the bronzer colors. And I think she did a really beautiful job with these two. They're very easy to blend out. You can use your fingers. You can use, a brush or a sponge, and they work really nicely. So I like these, definitely keeping them. Then we have the Givenchy highlighter for the holiday, and I love this one. This is in the shade 10 Organza Or, and this is just stunning. I have completely fallen in love with Givenchy powder products. I just need them all. Suku came out with this new blush and highlighter formula. Yes, formula. And I haven't used it yet. I've seen it in action, and it looks stunning. I have to use it. I have not used this entire collection yet. So upon seeing swatches and demos of it, this is really, really pretty. So expect this in a video soon. Then M Cosmetics was so kind, and they gifted me all 4 of their highlighters. So this is their highlighter in the shade Clarity. I have used one of them, and they're so smooth and buttery. Beautiful highlighters. This is Majesty, really pretty. Serenity, which is a rose gold one. And then Legendary, beautiful bronzy gold one. So these highlighters are stunning. Like, if you've been eyeing them, I think you would enjoy them. Then I have my Rare Beauty blushes, and I love them all. I love, for me, these blushes are the best thing that Rare Beauty has come out with so far. So I have all of them. That was Nearly Berry. Then we have Nearly Mauve. Each one of these shades looks really great against my complexion. Nearly Apricot. Nearly Rose. I think this one might be my favorite. And then Nearly Neutral. Oh, I love Nearly Neutral. If I can get it open. Here we go. Looks so basic in the pan, but it's really pretty on the cheeks. So keeping all of them. Then this is a highlighter stick by Dibs. This one is in the shade Good Life Gold. This is such a great highlighter for the face, but also the body. So I'm hoping you can see those shimmers. And so the shimmers show up so nicely on the body. And so I'm not saying I wouldn't use this for my face, but this definitely is more of like a body highlighter for me. It does look pretty on the face, so don't think it doesn't work for the face, but when I've used it primarily for my body. Next, I have cream blushes and highlighters from a new brand called Minori. So they believe in creating beautiful beauty products that are simple but really accentuate your features. So this is the cream highlighter in golden, and these are really beautiful products. And here is a blush in the shade Scarlet, another cream highlighter in the shade Champagne, and all 4 of these products from Minori look really beautiful on the skin too. And then cream blush in the shade Orchid. So I really enjoy these. This year was the year I feel like for blushes and highlighters and bronzers. Well, more so blushes and highlighters. And I will say, I don't think this particular section of declutter is going to be successful, because this is the drawer, and those products that we just saw are products that I keep like in this area because I like to reach for them. So I don't see this part being successful, so I'm just going to put that out there. But we might, who knows. Okay, so Patrick Tom blush palette. I've done a full review of this. I really do like it, but it's definitely not, this is not my favorite product, but I do like it. Like I said before, I just really like the duos better. So I'm going to keep it because I do like it, and I think I'll reach for it more in the springtime versus now. We have the Chantecaille. This is their powder in the shade Medium Deep. So for me, I use this for bronzer. I feel like I could get rid of this powder though. I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. Speaking of Chantecaille, I have both their blush and highlighter from their Pearl collection for holiday, and I'm definitely keeping them. So this is the blush. I think this blush is so beautiful. And you all already, if you've watched a few of my videos lately, you know I love this highlighter. So most definitely keeping this highlighter as well. Okay, I can declutter this bronzer by Glowish. This is in the shade Deep Tan. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. Mine came broken. Nothing wrong with it, but when I say I don't reach for it, I just don't reach for it. When I have used it, it's nice, but I could do without it. So that is my first declutter. There we go. Okay, 2 blushes, 2 cream blushes by Tower 28, and I really enjoy both of them. So I have the shades Golden Hour and Happy Hour. I do like these. I'll be keeping them. They're great for like summer and springtime. Here is a cream blush by Saie, and this is in the shade Poppy, and this is really beautiful. Once again, a really great color for the spring and summer. So not using it too much now, but I'll use it more so then. Here is a blush from Chantecaille. This is the Flower Power Cheek shade, and I can't say that word. I am gonna declutter this one. It's pretty. It's not like it's nothing wrong with it. I just don't reach for it. I mean, I do like the packaging. I'm gonna put it in the maybe. Put it in the maybe. Okay, I have this cream highlighter by RMS Beauty in the shade Living Luminizer. I am gonna declutter this one because it is light. I mean, I could make it work, but there's no need to make it work. So declutter that. Blush stick by Westman Atelier in the shade Papette, and I do like this one, so I'm gonna keep it. Once again, another shade that I do primarily use in the summer and springtime. Oh, my favorite blushes. If I had to like rank my blushes, these would probably come in at #1, and that says a lot because I love my Pat McGrath blushes. But when I say I travel with these, like anytime I travel, one of these is coming with me. Oh, I have shades 4, 5, and 6. So this is shade 5. This is shade 6. Yes, 6. And this is shade 4. And I use them primarily for, 5 and 6 most of the time, but I do get good use out of 4. I cannot I cannot rave about these enough. I got them off of Feel Unique. They're not in the US yet, but that website does ship to the US, and it actually didn't take nearly as long as I thought it was gonna be. So if you want to try them, just check there. Okay, I have blushes and highlighters by LYS Beauty. So these are the highlighters, and we've got the rose gold shade and genuine. These highlighters are so stunning. This is the shade Brave, so I'm obviously keeping them. And then here's the bronze shade called Fearless. These are, LYS has done no wrong in my eyes. No wrong. Here is a cheek blush in the shade Beloved by RMS Beauty. And this is nice, but I don't feel the need to keep it. I don't know. I'll put this in the maybe pile. I feel like I'm going to end up decluttering it. Okay, so we have these cream blushes by Natasha Denona. And I really liked this light pink shade and the tan shade, ironically. So I think I'm going to declutter this darker shade and keep these two. Yes? No? I don't know. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll declutter the reddish shade. I'm going to put these two in the maybe pile. Because I did like them. I did. My Gucci bronzer, most definitely keeping this. This is one of my favorite bronzers. And then this is the LYS bronzer in the shade Courage. I'm most definitely keeping this one. This is a really beautiful formula of bronzer and has great ingredients too. Great skincare ingredients in them. I purchased this KVD cream bronzer in the shade Tan Neutral 30. And this was really nice. I used it a few times, but I feel like I want to declutter it because I don't know, I stopped reaching for it. And looking at it, I have no feelings toward it. So I think that's a good sign to declutter something. You know, when you look at it and it doesn't spark a reaction. Cream bronzer by Westman Atelier. Definitely keeping this. This is in the shade Truffle. I do really enjoy this one. I got this highlighter in a, what do you call those boxes? You know those boxes, subscription box. And this is in the shade Matchmaker, and I'm definitely decluttering it. I don't even know if I used it, but just looking at it, I have no desire. No desire. Oh, Nars Orgasm Blush Palette. If you know me, you already know my love for this. I'm most definitely keeping this. One of my favorite blush palettes or blush products of the year. Like, I can't wait to do that video of my favorites because the stuff that I love. Oh, this is the Wayne Gods Radiant Boosting Face Palette in the shade Deep Copper. And I love this one. I like to use this shade for contouring my nose or for more of like a contour shade, and this one is a nice bronzer shade. This is the deepest palette the deepest shade of palette that he has come out with. So I'm hoping he comes out with more because this is a really beautiful formula. It goes on like a matte, but you have just a beautiful radiance. So no shimmer, nothing like that, but just a beautiful radiance. Love it. Okay, these are my 3 highlighters by Dior. So I'm keeping them all. I have Peach Dune. This was a limited edition shade. Love it. And then the other limited edition shade is Pink Dune. Really pretty. Their highlighters have become some of my favorite. This is a highlighter from Dior in the shade 03, and this is one that is a permanent highlighter. This is stunning. So keeping all 3 of those. Here's a mini size of Nars Laguna, and I really do like this bronzer, but I'll declutter this little one. I mean, you know, all 3 of my Guerlain bronzers, terracotta bronzers, I'm keeping them. So this is shade 05, and this one is the holiday edition shade 03. You can tell I've been loving on this one. Love it. And this is the Guerlain. This is the natural. Is this the natural one? No, this is the non-natural one in 05. So keeping those. I've been reaching for those a lot lately. Okay, so this is a Tom Ford Is this the highlighter? Yes, this is the highlighter duo in the shade Reflex Gilt. This looks so much like a wet highlighter on my skin. It is stunning. I got it for Christmas last year, I think. Was it last year or 2019? It was a Christmas gift, and I love, love, love it. So keeping that. Here is the Mario bronzer in the shade Dark. I think I'm gonna declutter this one. It's nice, but I just don't reach for it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. I feel like I haven't tried. I'm gonna put it in maybe. I think I've only used it like a handful of times, and I can't remember how I feel about it. I know I don't dislike it, but I just don't know how much I like it. Here's a Tom Ford blush in the shade Flush. I got it from the cosmetic company store, and it's a beautiful shade. So keeping that. Makeup Forever bronzer. Here's the Makeup Forever bronzer in the shade 30M. I'm gonna put this in my makeup kit. I haven't used it, and I know I'm not gonna use it, but I could get use out of it for a client. So I'll put that there. So some like kind of decluttering it. Lancome highlighters. Oh my gosh. These highlighters are stunning. So this is the shade 05 Sparkling Pesh. If you've not tried Lancome highlighters, I'm telling you, they're some of the most high shine but non-glittery formulas that I've ever tried. I have two others by Lancome. So this is in the shade 01, and this one still looks good against my skin because there's a nice gold undertone to it. And then 03 is Radiant Rose Gold. I mean, look at that. These are other products that like I love, but I don't hardly use on camera, but I love them. Oh, I can't wait to make that video. That might be the next video I make because I can't wait to talk about those products because I've got some good products. I don't know why I don't use them on camera, but they're good. Okay, my Hermes products right here have just become bae in the last month. Like, I can't stop using them. So this is the blush in the shade Rose Palmette. I use this blush shade the most. And I'm really thinking about getting another blush. This is more of like an acquired taste because in terms of formula, they are very silky, but it's not one of those formulas that I'm like, yes, run out and get it like right now because you have never experienced it. Like, you probably have experienced this. You just, if you have other silky powders, then you've tried this formulation in some way or form. This is Rose Blush. And the highlighter, this highlighter has been everything. This is Permabrass. I mean, look at it. Like I always say, it's the highlighter it's everything we don't need and everything we want. I mean, I can't get enough of this highlighter. So I've now started to travel with all of my Hermes products. Like I need them with me now. Here is my blush palette by Louboutin, and I really do enjoy it. I really do. I think between the blush palette and the eyeshadow palette, the blush palette definitely was more of a winner. The eyeshadow palette, I just couldn't get with it. So like I got rid of that like long before. But this blush palette I really like, and I forgot the shade of the blush palette. And this is kind of hard to take out, so sorry about that. But it's the deeper one. I think it's the deepest one, yeah. But I really do like it. So keeping that for sure. Oh, what is this? It's a Dior product. I think this is the blush. Yeah, so this is the Dior blush in shade 462. It's from that Firebirds collection. And this one is nice. I honestly could have lived without it. It's a pretty shade. Formula is nice, but I really didn't need it. So I kind of low-key wish I wouldn't have bought it. But I don't dislike it. That's why I'm keeping it. So that's that. Let's see. Let's get these on the side. We're going through this fast because you know what? Not decluttering hardly anything. Here is my Vanessamyrics Luxe Cream Palette. And I haven't used it. Oh, I've used this shade right here. So this is a pretty interesting palette because you can use it on the eyes, your lips, and your cheeks. And so I think I used this shade. Yeah, I used this as a cheek shade. Stunning. So I would highly recommend this, especially if you are someone who's like, I love cream products and I'd love to have like kind of an all-in-one. This is the Feminist Luxe Cream Palette. This one is stunning. So I need to use more of these shades, and I think I'll use more of these like as the weather kind of warms up, because when I look at this, this looks like a spring summer type of palette. But Vanessamyrics, she knows her colors. Here is a blush. Yes, this is a blush from Sydney Grace, and it's a beautiful fuchsia shade. So I need to get like a magnetic palette to put this in, because I don't have one, so that's why I keep it in this packaging here. But very, very beautiful, intense blush shade. It would look great on deeper skin tones. When I use it, I have to use it very sparingly because it's quite intense, but beautiful nonetheless. Okay, here is this Cosas Color and Light Cream product in the shade Helios. Y'all, this has been such a favorite of mine. I have beat this up so much, and I think I've had it now for definitely like 3 years. So I'm gonna declutter it just because it looks bad, but I'm gonna be purchasing this again. It's so beautiful. They have an intense version for deeper skin tones. I highly recommend those. Loving this highlighter from Ilia. So this is in the shade Decades. This is so soft and buttery and creamy. Feels like a cream product, even though it's a powder one. So this is gorgeous. And they have a lot of other shades. Check out Ilia. Their highlighters, like Ilia makes some really good products. I'm just gonna put that out there. Here we have another Westman Atelier product, the Cream Blush in Peau de Pêche. And this one is one that I would highly suggest you try. I would say that this is one of the products I would recommend trying first from the brand. If you have like not tried anything, at least from what I've tried, this highlighter, cream highlighter, is earthing. It's so beautiful. So love that. Their Westman Atelier's bronzer. This is a bronzer that I really want to commit to trying to use more. Because it's a beautiful bronzer. I just don't reach for it. I mean, like, look at this packaging. It's so stunning. So I'm definitely going to be reaching for this more. Like I'm going to probably use this today if I put my makeup on. 2 Charlotte Tilbury blushes. Oops, sorry, hit the camera. This is in Pillow Talk. Love Charlotte Tilbury blushes. And then this is Walk of No Shame. Yes, Walk of No Shame. Beautiful. This is my favorite of the two. So love her formulation. Here is the Chantecaille bronzer in Goa, and this is a beautiful bronzer as well. This is a product I don't reach for, and if I'm being honest, I could see myself decluttering like in my next declutter, but I'm not ready to part with it just yet. So I'm gonna keep it. It's a beautiful bronzer. It's one of those I just find myself not reaching for a lot. So that's why it eventually will be decluttered. Cosas bronzers, love them. So this is in the shade Deep. Such a beautiful radiant bronzer. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you can see like flecks of shimmer. So this is a shimmer bronzer. This is definitely more of like a shimmer bronzer, but it's not overly shimmery, which is why I like it, because I like for my bronzers to be more matte. And here's my other Cosas bronzer, and this is in the shade Medium. So I usually will go for Deep, and then I'll sometimes put this on top, or I'll just use the Deep one alone. So if I had to choose between the two, I would go for the Deep one, but I like the Medium one, so that's why I'm not going to declutter it. My 2 Saie cream bronzers, love these. I have 2 shades, Medium Deep and then Medium Bronze. Now, I really don't use Medium Bronze at all. So Medium Bronze is, oops, I have got slippery hands today. So Medium Bronze is quite, like, this is a light bronzer on me. But I love it. I love the formulation of it, but it's light. Like it shows up on me, but okay, I'm gonna declutter this lighter one because I really stopped reaching for this one, and I'm just gonna keep the deep bronze, because this one just, it shows up better. I can go in with the light hand and just sheer it out because it blends, like melts into the skin. So I'm gonna keep this one. Okay, maybe then I should declutter the medium one in Cosas. Oh, but I love it. I'm not, because this one I can add a shimmer. Yep, see, we're keeping that. Yep, can't do it. I have the Colored Rain bronzer in the shade Caramel Delight. This bronzer I like, but this bronzer, it's too pigmented. So like, I know it's like, how can a product be too pigmented? But it is. So I'm going to declutter this one. It's a beautiful formulation, so I still recommend it. But this shade is, it just gets, I have a hard time like not applying too much of it. Here is my Dior bronzer, and this is in the shade Golden Bronze, and I really enjoy this one. This is a beautiful one, so definitely keeping this one. And I have this Mented Cosmetic bronzer in the shade Vacay. I think I'm gonna keep this one, but this might be one that I declutter like next time. Nothing's wrong with it at all, but I think I need to just keep, this is kind of like my Westman Atelier bronzer. I need to use both of these more because I don't use them, but they're really, really beautiful. Oh, now this cream bronzer was the only cream bronzer, it was the only bronzer I used for maybe the first 3 months of this year. This Vanessamyrics one, and this is in the shade Medium 3. It is the best cream bronzer contour there is. It blends like water. It just melts into the skin. It's, oh, it is, okay, if I drop one more product, it melts into the skin. So most definitely keeping this one. Definitely one of my favorite products of the year. Oh, I have some Suku blushes. So, no, I just have one because the other one's over there. So this is in the shade 128. Beautiful, like, gradient of, like, blush highlighter. Love it. And then all of my packed blushes, like, we're not going anywhere. So we're just, I have a whole video on them. So you can go watch my review of them. But just to let you know, every one of these blush shades looks great on my complexion. And I can't live without them. Some of the best products that came out this year. Here is a highlighter in the shade Golden Nectar. And this is a really beautiful highlighter too. I love this one a lot. I need to use it more, but I love this one. So that was easy, right? And then same with all of my LYS blushes. Like, these are some of the best cream blushes I have. If you have not tried LYS and their cream blushes, I would say the blushes and the, ooh, because the highlighters are bomb now. I was about to say the blushes and the foundation are like, if you have to kind of narrow it down, try those first. But those highlighters though, especially the powder highlighters, gotta try them. Yeah, so keeping all of these, and we're just keeping them. I have this liquid blush by Chantecaille in the shade Lively, and have I even tried this? I've tried it one time, and I can't remember what I felt about it, so I'm going to keep it so I can give it a fair chance. I have two blushes by Chanel, and I don't know if this is the older version or the newer version. This is in the shade 430. I do like the formulation, so like I said, I don't know if it's, you know, I heard that the older formula was better, but for what it's worth, I do like this formulation, and I did buy this. I bought both of these earlier this year. This is in the shade 64. I think I got these like around the summertime, so if that helps you in trying to figure out like what formulation it is. And then I have my Melt Cosmetics cream blushes. So I'm going to declutter this one. This is in the shade Sandy Cheeks. It doesn't really show up too much on me because it's so light. Golden Hour I will keep because it does show up pretty nicely. And you can see there's a beautiful shimmer to it. Cali Dream. I'm going to declutter this one as well. Once again, just really, really light. It's a beautiful formula, but the shades are just not deep enough. And then I was gifted another Sandy Cheeks, so I'm going to declutter this one as well. And then last but definitely not least is a palette that I made from Salt New York. And this is another one of those products that I think I included this one time in the favorites, but their cream products, like, you must try them. I want to try next their cream bronzers, because these two blushes and highlighters are, I could not get enough of these this past summer. So I want to try their bronzers, because this formulation is beautiful, like beautiful. And guys, that is it. So in terms of what we actually decluttered, I mean, let me show y'all real quick. So in terms of what we decluttered, I mean, we, you know, like I told you earlier, I did not think this one was going to be successful, because this drawer kept the products that I really do love and like to use a lot. So I'm not, you know, this is basically me showing you the rest of my blush, bronzer, and highlighter collection. And then these are the products that I'm decluttering. So these we are decluttering. I'm going to put this in my makeup kit, so I'll put that over here. These were the maybe pile, and I'm looking at them. Okay, so I am going to keep this Chantecaille powder, because this powder is beautiful. So I will keep that, but the rest of these products in the maybe, I'm just going to declutter them. I did really enjoy these puff paints, and I did use them. I used them a decent amount in the summer, but they're very light. I think that's my biggest con. They're very light. So I only use them on like no makeup days. But if I were to try to use them with like a full face, they're just light. So I'll declutter those and these. And then that's it. So I really love each and every one of these products over here. And move my leg out the way. And I can't part with them. So yeah, that's it, guys. Short and sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Next, we've got eyeshadows to go through, so that should be a fun one. If you made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad. Thank you so much for being with me another day in Chelsea, because it's another one in the bag. Guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.